Listen.
If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. It comes down to a definition. What is black culture? Culture is whatever you're doing at the time that you're doing it. So you can say black culture is, or raise the question, is a drive-by shooting a part of black culture? That's a question. And, codification is about being exact. So you try to be exact, you try to be focused, you try to be clear, and you come right to the point. That's what counter-racist codification has to be. So let's ask a question. All problems are solved through the process of questions and answers, according to the counter-racist code. So you say, is a drive-by shooting a part of black culture, a significant part of black culture? And the answer is either yes or no. Now, from what I have heard, the answer is yes. Because what is culture? What is anybody's culture? Culture is only what you are doing at the time that you are doing it. That's your culture. Culture is not some mysterious thing that you find buried somewhere in some graveyard, and you go and dig up some bones, and you say, Eureka! Today, on this day, I discovered my culture. Now, a lot of people look at culture like that. It's something mysterious. And when they say black culture, for years, people will say, oh, you're talking about going and digging down about 1,500 feet below the Great Pyramid. And you, if you're lucky, you just might discover black culture. No, that's not what culture is, logically speaking. Culture is whatever you are doing at the time you are doing it. If you're paddling a canoe down a river, paddling a canoe down the river is your culture. The minute that you get out of that canoe, put that paddle down, and start walking across the land, canoe paddling is no longer your culture. Why? Because that's not what you're doing. Now, that's what you call compensatory logic. That's not popular logic, but that's logic that's supposed to be based on what? The truth. The truth is, whatever you are doing at the time that you are doing it, that's your culture. So, in answer to the question, do a lot of people copy black culture? Yes, and black people copy a lot of other people's culture. Because black people, I don't think, invented 9mm drive-by shooting. I don't think any black person came up with that idea. But we do a lot of it. So that's a part of black culture. So if the question is, why do people copy black culture? And why do I say that black culture is a failed culture? And I stick by that. It's because I was told in the early 1960s and late 1950s that black culture is supposed to get black people out from under the conditions that they're in. That's the purpose for it. That's why you call it black culture. But then I say, if you measure it by that and give it that definition, black culture, what it's supposed to do, it's a failed culture.
Okay.
Why? Because it failed to deal with racism. That's why. Now, some people have said they've seen some cartoons of my work on the internet that have been presented, and that it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me, a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well, but when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying and attaching my name to it, and came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now, more visual than ever.